As I've thought more about my Democrat colleagues' apparent laser focus on government ethics, it's clear that they've totally ignored the biggest, most obvious ethical fact pattern that requires investigation, and that is of the Biden family. Since August 2019, Senator Johnson and I have investigated the Biden family connection to foreign governments and questionable foreign nationals. We issued 2 reports and gave 3 floor speeches that made public hundreds of bank records. Our findings showed criminal activity to include potential money laundering with respect to members of the Biden family and their business associates, and the use of public office for private gain. Well, specifically with respect to the Hunter Biden-related accounts, some have also been flagged for potential human trafficking. As Senator Johnson and I noted in our September 23, 2020 Biden family report, Treasury records showed thousands of dollars in financial transactions involving Hunter Biden and Ukrainian and Russian women. These Treasury records linked those women to Eastern European prostitution or human trafficking rings. At this Judiciary Subcommittee executive meeting that I've been speaking about, Democrats failed to consider my amendment to gather more facts on this abuse against women. Senator Johnson and I made public a bank record that showed Hunter Biden received $1 million from a Chinese company that was an arm of the communist regime for representing Patrick Ho. Patrick Ho was charged and convicted for bribery and related federal offenses. Now, guess what? Hunter Biden called Patrick Ho the spy chief for China. Based on the known facts, it appears that Hunter Biden was effectively a foreign agent of the communist regime. The Judiciary Committee maintained jurisdiction and still maintains jurisdiction over the Foreign Agents Registration Act and the Justice Department's enforcement of it. Yet, the Democrat-led committee has ignored the law and the Biden family. In July of this year, I obtained a publicly released what's now called the Biden Family 1023, an FBI document. This FBI-generated document, based on information provided to the FBI by a highly credible, long-serving FBI confidential human source. The FBI document shows a criminal bribery scheme. The criminal scheme included Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, each being paid $5 million for Joe Biden to take a policy position in favor of foreign nationals. That policy position was ultimately taken. Joe Biden even bragged about it, and you can see it fairly regularly, his voice and his face talking about this, what he did to the Ukrainian government to get somebody fired. The 1023 used the phrase, quote, big guy, quote unquote, to describe Joe Biden before the big guy description was publicly known months later. Different people at different times in different parts of the world independently use the same code name to describe Joe Biden. Do my Democratic colleagues believe that it's just a coincidence? The 1023 includes references to audio recordings with Joe Biden, text messages, and records allegedly proving a bribery criminal activity and that it was real. What have my Democratic colleagues done to investigate that evidence? What has the Biden Justice Department done? Tony Ulinsky, FBI interview, noted that the Biden family would receive multi-million-dollar unsecured loans intended to be forgivable from the energy company in China called CEFC. That would serve as payments for actions Joe Biden took during the vice presidency. This financial strategy to illegally treat income as a loan is consistent with the IRS's whistleblower testimony that indicated Hunter Biden attempted the same with respect to other income. These facts and allegations indicate criminal activity, money laundering, bribery, tax evasion, and significant ethical violations. And by the way, the Hunter Biden tax indictment mentioned financial transactions that my and Senator Johnson's work exposed years ago. Look at the indictments, paragraphs 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 100. Compare them with the other two reports from 2020 and three floor speeches last year. My Democrat colleagues have shown zero interest in knowing, understanding, joining forces, or advancing this 4-year-old investigation. Instead, they've shown willful blindness to protect the president and family. One of my Democratic colleagues said the right thing when we consider then Chairman Graham's subpoena authorization. Senator Whitehouse brought up an amendment to, quote, reinforce his point made at the last meeting about the selective enthusiasm of the Judiciary Committee for getting to the bottom of things and what appeared to be a policy at the Department of Justice of refusing to answer committee members' letters and committee members' questions for the record. End of Senator Whitehouse's quote. The United States Congress has constitutional mandate to conduct oversight of Republican and Democratic administrations without any political bias for either. We have a duty to ensure the Justice Department and the FBI consistently enforce law without regard to politics. Judiciary Committee Democrats were eager to engage in the FBI's Trump-Russia investigation before it was totally debunked. However, they were very eager to falsely attack my and Senator Johnson's Biden family investigation as Russian disinformation. Sadly, I haven't seen the same enthusiasm for the other side now that a Democrat political family is under the microscope. If it's criminal and ethical questions my Democrat colleagues are interested in, then the judiciary should, in a bipartisan fashion, bring the family members for interviews and obtain records from them. No, the Democrat majority wants to investigate Supreme Court justices, and of all 9 of the justices, only the conservative ones. So I can only conclude the Democrats' brand of oversight is more about politics than fact-finding. On another subject,